In this video, I will test the Yuka Mini in extreme conditions in a very difficult garden, with holes, bumps, and especially a 21-degree slope in some areas. To measure the slope, I use an application called Measure. I also took a flat ruler and a phone, which I placed against the ground. This gives me an average slope of 21 degrees here. It doesn't seem like much, but it's actually quite steep, knowing that the robot can handle slopes of up to 24 degrees, or a maximum of 45%. Some sections are even steeper. For example, if I place the phone against a sharper incline, we get 28 degrees. This clearly shows that some areas are much more severe than others. Here we are more at 25 degrees, so I think it will struggle in some spots. I had already tested the Yuka in this area before, and it started to struggle. It was slipping, and since there is a small hole in the middle with the pivoting wheel, the Yuka tended to scrape the chassis. I already know that this garden is not really suitable for the Yuka Mini, but this is a thorough test. I would rather recommend the Luba Mini, which perform very well in this garden. Let's see if that's also the case for the Yuka Mini. I have created a small area here, and we will start mowing to see how it handles. Right away, it starts to scrape a little at the front. Since it has no bumper, it doesn't hit obstacles, and thanks to its two small pivoting wheels at the front, it still manages to adapt well to the garden. However, I think it will struggle and slip because it is quite lightweight. Here, it barely makes it through. Now it is already starting to slip, which was expected. The Yuka is already having trouble, so it's slipping. Still, it manages to keep going. The advantage is that it has two wheels at the front, which allows it to adapt well to small bumps. The bump is quite tricky, but in the hole, it actually performs really well thanks to its two small pivoting wheels. Now let's see how it handles the slope. It slides a little, but it's not too bad. However, in some areas where the slope is too steep, it stops for safety reasons. I didn't want to end this video on a failure. As you have understood, the Yuka is not suitable for steep slopes. However, for moderate slopes, like here at around 13 degrees, it performs perfectly fine and does not slip. In the previous garden, some sections reach 27 degrees, which is beyond the Yuka's capability since it can handle up to 24 degrees maximum, or 45%. If your garden has too many slopes, I would rather recommend a Luba 2 or a Luba Mini. With a moderate slope, it actually does quite well. However, what really surprised me was its performance on bumps and holes. I didn't expect it to handle them so well with only two drive wheels. If you have small holes and bumps, this video proves that the Yuka Mini can manage them just fine. If you have larger holes, you can add some soil to even out the terrain. Here, the slope is still quite steep at 13 degrees, but the Yuka performs relatively well. It slips a little, but nothing serious. Now it is mowing the steepest part of the garden, and so far it's handling it well. If you want to order it, you should know that you can get a €50 discount on the website for your first order. You just need to sign up. I will put all the details in the video description along with the website link. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.